Last week, circumstances demanded that I and many other writers say goodbye to an old friend. And I regret to inform you that today we have to say goodbye to another one. Red headphones served me well for 3 years, but it is with a heavy heart that I must tell you, Red headphones is no more. They served their purpose well, and now we give them a hero's farewell. In their place, I have purchased red headphones. I can only hope that this pair lives up to the legacy that his father left behind. It's true. Red headphones, they were getting a little old, and the cushion on like the ear thing was thin, to say the least. So we have new red headphones, obviously linked below. They're pretty pricey. I don't know if this is the kind of thing that everyone can afford. They're about $6.50. I know, I go crazy when I buy new headphones. But yeah, this is the thing I've purchased for myself this week. Congratulations to me. Oh my gosh. It comes with directions and everything. They're really fancy. Here they are. Oh my gosh. So fresh and shiny. So many possibilities. I'm psyched to use them today. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Meredith E. Phillips, and we are doing some work. Oh, I have to fill you in. Okay, listen, this past week has been absolutely wild. I posted 3 videos last week. That was not what I had planned. You got the vlog from the long weekend, from Labor Day weekend. You got that on Wednesday. Friday, we had the Patreon launch, which was really exciting. So that video's up. And then I was planning to film a video talking about all the NaNoWriMo AI stuff and post it like the week that this video goes live, like maybe it's a Tuesday video or something. But then they changed. They like deleted the original statement and put up a new one. And I was like, I just felt like I didn't want to film something. I was literally hours away from filming it when I realized they had changed it. And I was like, I do not want to film something and then wait like several days to post it, because I didn't want to go through all that work and then have it be like obsolete or like not the latest news or updates or whatever. So I was like, I'm filming it, we're editing it, I'm posting it, blah. So anyway, that also went up Friday afternoon. I cannot remember if I've ever posted 3 videos in 1 week. I'm sure I have at some point, but like it's been a minute. So anyway, that was all happening. I was editing all these videos and putting them up and blah. And then, okay, listen, I'm planning to enter a contest the week that this video goes up. The contest is closed. When is it open? What is it? The contest like entry window, I think, is the 9th through the 13th. Maybe the 9th through the 16th. Maybe it's a full week. Anyway, the 9th Monday is when it opens. It is SmoochPit. It's a mentor-mentee contest kind of thing you can enter. It's specifically for romance writers, hence the smooch portion of the title. Yeah, basically they've got like, I don't even know, 24 different mentors who are either published authors or like are agented or have like, they've gotten like to a certain point in their writing career, right? And they've volunteered, very generously volunteered their time to take on a mentor for the last portion of the year, and I think until like January, to work with you on your project. It's very cool. So, and it's free to enter. Well, free with an asterisk. Because while you don't have to pay any money, you do have to have certain materials ready to submit a contest entry. And of course, those include a query letter and a synopsis, and the first 10 pages of your manuscript. Now, I have the first 10 pages of my manuscript, like, it's there. We could tweak it. I'm back to my whole thing I talked about last week, where it's like 10 pages, but my first chapter right now was like 12, and I hate the idea of cutting off the last 2 pages. You know, like, that's so frustrating, but I'm gonna have to look at it and see if I can cut it down, or at least get it to some sort of like decent stopping point at the end of page 10. Anyway, we'll get into that later. But I didn't decide that I wanted to enter until like Labor Day weekend. I was looking at it and I was like, I should enter that. Like, why am I not trying to enter that? At first, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it. Like, I wasn't sure if my project was at a point where I could enter. But then based on like the Q&A stuff that they've done this past week, I was like, I think my stuff is like, I could enter. I'm going to enter. What's the harm in entering? They could just say no, and that's fine. That means I had to write a query letter for my current work in progress. You guys, I hate writing query letters. Oh my goodness. I went into it so utterly confident. The audacity I had, it was just ridiculous. So I've obviously already written a query letter for the current book I'm querying. I've had it professionally critiqued. I was like, I can do this. I already had like the first paragraph with the like comp titles, like that's easy. And then the final paragraph with like the little bio section, like I already had the top and the end portions of the query letter. All I had to do was do the middle part where you're pitching your book. That's fine. I can do it. I know how to do that. I don't know how to do it. I'm not kidding you when I say I spent 3 full days, hours spread across these 3 full days, writing and rewriting this query letter. I wrote one. And then I was like, yeah, this is good. I love this. It's very voicey. It sounds great. Perfect. Then I looked at it the next day and I realized I hadn't answered like any of the key questions you're supposed to answer in a query letter. Like, what are the stakes? What's the conflict? What are they trying to get? Like, I didn't have any. I was just like, you're dumb. Let's just redo it. That's fine. So I tweaked it 15,000 times, okay? By Wednesday though, I had gotten to a version I think I'm happy with. I haven't looked at it in a couple days. I don't really want to look at it again today, but I was like, okay, this is at least acceptable. It answers the questions it needs to answer. It is contained to 1 page. Okay. Then I had to write the synopsis. I hate it so much. I was like, again, I went into it so confident. Like, who do I think I am? I was like, oh, this is easy. It's just a summary of the story. I can do that. I'm not even done with a draft yet, like a first draft. I'm not even like up to the 25% mark of the story, like summarizing, and it's already onto 2 pages. It's fine. At this point, I'm just going through my outline and I'm trying to write it into like synopsis wording. I'm not paying attention on this first draft to word count. We'll get to that later. But I need to absolutely finish a first draft of that today. Hopefully finish a first draft and start revising it. We'll see. I might finish a first draft and then set it aside until tomorrow to revise and just like give it a little breathing room. But yeah, I haven't actually done any revision work for the past week on my actual story because I've been trying to get these materials together. So I'm not mad. I mean, you know, I'm not on any kind of deadline, official deadline with the project. It's fine. And I'd really like the opportunity to enter this contest. I'll link it below. It might be a little late now. Like if you're like, ooh, I want to enter. I forget if it's the 13th or the 16th that entries close, but I'll link it below. They do it yearly. So maybe you're not ready this year, but you could potentially do it next year. It's been busy. And I'm going to be busy this weekend trying to finish up this submission package. So let me get some of that material pulled up here, refresh myself of where I left off, and hopefully let's try. Okay, I'm just writing a summary of events. It does not have to be perfect at this point. It's just a draft. Let's see if I can finish our first draft of the synopsis before lunchtime. It's currently 9:25-ish. 9:25 on the dot. All right, let's go. First things first though, I gotta undo the little tie on here. Amazing. Missed the trash can completely. Ooh, they're like so not stretched out of shape, which is amazing too. Ooh, it's snapped in so good. It also has the handy feature of saying L and R, so you know which side of your head to put it on. Oh my gosh. I've been living like that with those old ones. Wow, these are so nice. Okay, I'm not ready for them yet. I gotta pull up my work over here. Here's the synopsis. Alrighty, here's the stuff. I had to make a new folder in my folder, my actual work. Alright, the synopsis is up to 759 words. We are about a fifth of the way onto a page 2. Should I even reread what I did so far? No, probably not. I already know what happens in the opening part of the story. I don't need to reread it at this point. Let me just continue on. I'm on to summarizing chapter 7 out of like 36. This bodes well for the word count length. Let me get some music pulled up. Oh, I gotta procrastinate a tiny bit more. Let me get some music pulled up and then we will go ahead and actually do some work. Respectfully, I think this is the worst thing I've ever written. It is just spilling over onto page 6. I need to get it down to 2 pages. I hate these freaking things. It's just a mess. But at least this first draft is done. And I can go in and start trying to revise it a bit. We'll do that later. I am going to take a break for lunch. It is 12:06, so I did finish about at lunchtime. That's good at least. It is saved. Let me ignore this for the moment, get some food, and then I'm not sure, do I want to try? I think I might try to dive into like at least a 1-pass revision because there were certain sections as I was writing it, I was like, why are you writing this? You could just summarize this whole thing by saying like this one line. I know ways I can, easily delete quite a bit of the text, so I might go through and do like a quick pass through that kind of thing, and then I'll kind of see how I'm feeling after that. Let's get some food and reinvigorate our brain. All right, I've got my pasta salad leftovers, so I'm gonna eat that. And then I have a nectarine. I don't like summer. Summer is like my least favorite time of year now. But the fruit, it's good. The fruit situation is good. So, pasta salad, fruit. I'm gonna watch some sort of video and then we'll be back to writing. It is actually a really nice day outside, which is a weird thing to say for Texas. It's like 80 degrees, but there's like no humidity today. I don't know where it went, but I hope it stays away. It's going to be ruined later this week though, because there's supposed to be some sort of massive rain thing coming through, but for now, it's pretty nice. So I think what I'm going to do first actually is pull up the notes I have on like how to write a synopsis. Maybe pull up the synopsis I'm using for querying the book right now. Kind of look at, I don't know, just look at all that mess. And then try to knock out, like, get rid of some of the junk in this thing I just wrote and see if I can get it down maybe to like 3 pages. That would be good. Let's see what I can do. All right, so in the directions I have, I'm sure there's various ways you can do this or phrase this, but this is kind of the template that I started with in the first thing I wrote. Basically, your synopsis has to explain the setup, the inciting incident, plot progression points, the climax, and the resolution. That seems so easy, but it's not. Let me go in here, try to see, I might go through this actually and like highlight those pieces. Like, this is the setup, this is the inciting incident, this is the resolution, blah, blah, blah. And then kind of see how the rest of it can be condensed to fit with those pieces. Okay, let's try that. Quick update, I have gotten this down to 3 1/5 pages, 3 1/4 pages. So that's good. I'm gonna keep going. It's only 2:30. I'm gonna try to work for maybe at least another 30 minutes. I have some other stuff I gotta do today, as usual. I was able to summarize a good chunk of Act 2 instead of it spanning like an entire page. I was like, then they get to know each other better. And then, so anyway, we cut out all of the getting to know each other, and now we're on to the midpoint. and I'm only at the bottom of page 1. So I think I'm doing pretty good. Okay, I've gotten this down to 3 pages. I'm at like a little ways past the midpoint, but not quite at like the 75% mark. So it's going well. I do think like I still need to do some revision because what is here so far on these first 2 pages is still like clunky writing, but at least it just needs to be fleshed out and sort of prettied up a little bit. So that's pretty good for today. It is 3 o'clock, a little after 3. So I'm going to set this aside for a little minute. I need to write some postcards because I have patrons now, and I get to send those. I'm really excited. I love getting stuff in the mail. Stuff like that. Not like junk, you know, but like fun stuff. So I get to send those this week. That'll be exciting. What else do I need to do? Laundry or probably something boring. You know how it goes. So I'll see you back here tomorrow and we will hopefully finish this up because Monday is when those submissions open. I'd really love to be able to submit stuff on Monday. Does it matter? Absolutely not, because the contest, I did look, it is open until September 16th, which is the following Monday. I have a week. So I technically have like a whole nother week, the rest of this week, this coming week. I could take the entire week to revise stuff and mess with stuff. I don't want to do that. I want to get my stuff in the first day. It doesn't matter, Meredith. Okay, anyway, I'll see you back here tomorrow. Another actually nice day. I am suspicious. Probably best to go inside though. It actually feels really nice out here. If you can hear the bugs though still. Can you hear all the cicadas up in those trees? It's still summer. But it's nice. I'm going to let him enjoy being outside for a little while longer. And I'm going to go back inside where there are no bugs, or at least not as many bugs. You know there's bugs in here though. I have plenty of outdoors right here. A beautiful desert to know is in the background, even though I'm going to have documents covering it. Hey, it's Editing Meredith here to say that at this point in the audio, the microphone decided to go all staticky again. I don't know why. I'm just so annoyed. Anyway, basically all I'm saying here in this clip is that I am aiming to finish the synopsis today in total. Like, I want it written, revised, polished, completely ready to go today so that I can send in my entry materials on Monday. I also acknowledge the fact that Monday is only the first day that you can enter. You have literally all week, and so I could take more time. But no, my brain has told me I must enter on Monday. So that is the goal for today, to finish this submission materials so that I can be done. All right, let's get to writing. Okay, I've gotten an initial first draft. It is way too long. It's like 1,600 words, single-spaced. It fits, and that's how it is supposed to be, single-spaced. Fits on 2.5 pages, 2 2/3 pages. I need to clean this up. The sentences are terrible. So let me clean this up. I can definitely condense some of this still, so I'm not worried about getting it onto 2 pages. I'm worried, I think, more about making it sound cohesive and like, you know, make it make sense. Let me get to work condensing, and then we'll worry about the making sense portion. I started at 1,654 words. I am down to 1,484. Not bad, but I'm still like a quarter of the way onto page 3. So I still have some work to do. It is 12:30 though, and I'm starving. So I'm going to grab some lunch, and then hopefully I'm going to wrap this up here pretty quick. I'm halfway through my little lunch break here, but I just got a notification that somebody took the last spot on the 3rd tier over on my Patreon page. It's sold out. I'm legit like, I'm so surprised. I did not think that many people were going to sign up for stuff. I'm so grateful and just flabbergasted, clearly. I'm glad I put a little cap on it though. The tier involves the members of that tier able to send me up to 10 pages of their writing for a critique, like a customizable critique basically. And I'm really excited about it. I love reading other people's work and trying to help them as best I can and offer suggestions and feedback and stuff. I always find like I get stuff out of that. I learn from doing that. So it's really a great exchange for both of us, hopefully. But anyway, I put a cap on that tier at 10 people because I was like, okay, 10 people sending in up to 10 pages is like up to 100 pages. Big brain doing all the math. That's like 100 pages to critique this month, which is fine. Like I was like, I'm like, that seemed doable to me, but I was like, I don't know if I can do more than that, like in a month. That's getting like a little much. But I did not think that 10 people were going to sign up for it. I just did not imagine that was like a thing. And now it's sold out, which is wild. I'm just genuinely so surprised and honored, honestly, that many people would trust me to like send me their work and trust that I'm going to give them some kind of valuable feedback in exchange. So thank you. If you're one of those folks, I'm really grateful. Yeah. So anyway, let me finish lunch and we'll get back. I just had to say something because I'm just like, wow. Okay, let's get back to it. I would show you a nice little transitional clip featuring my lunch like I did yesterday, but my lunch today was turkey chili mac, like a turkey and noodles chili kind of situation. It's not very aesthetically pleasing, okay? The pasta salad from yesterday was like, it's pasta salad, it looks so good. This tasted good, but it didn't really look good. You know how chili looks on the regular. So anyway, lunch is over. Let me get this thing pulled back up. I need to reduce it down a little bit more. I think I can do it, / I'm going to do it because that's what's required. And then I still have to go in here and like actually fix up the wording so that it's not horrific. It's not all horrific. It's sounding better. We're getting there. But it's not there yet. So let's go. Just real quick, I want to kind of give you an example of the type of editing I'm doing to try to get this reduced in word count. Now, some of this is me going in and trying to like combine ideas or cut out information that like isn't super necessary, but some of it is just making the wording of the sentence shorter. So there's one sentence that starts, Christopher is resistant to the idea, and I'm changing it to Christopher opposes the idea. So I take it from 3 words, is resistant to, down to just 1, opposes. So like that's the kind of little nitpicky thing I'm doing over here. It is now down to 1382. So I shaved off about 100 words. It is still like this much onto page 3. And I'm realizing there's 2 pieces of information, maybe 3 pieces of, maybe 4 pieces of information that I need to include earlier so that later parts of the like resolution make sense. Let me go in again and figure out how to make it shorter. Just popping in real quick to say, I think I thought of a solution instead of adding more information earlier in the synopsis about the pieces at the end to make it make sense. I'm just going to take them out. I don't think I have to explain it. Hopefully. We'll see what happens. Guess who has a 2-page synopsis? This girl. It's down to 1273. Thank you. And it fits on 2 pages, single spaced, which is within the guidelines. Their guidelines said 1 to 2 pages, single or double spaced, which is quite an option to take. But anyway, it fits their guidelines. 1200, almost 1300 words, I think in general is too long for a synopsis that you would send in to like a literary agent with a query letter and stuff. But this is what they said they're willing to accept. So here it is. I am going to go through it one more time and just make sure it flows and makes sense. I have, I think, all of the major kind of questions, like who are the main characters? What do they want? What are they willing to do to get it? What are the stakes? Like all that kind of stuff. That all's in here already. So let me reread it one more time. See if there's any other little things I want to tweak. But it's looking pretty good. Oh my gosh. I've been sitting for so incredibly long. Final synopsis word count is 1,258 words. We started the day at 16:54. I feel good. I reread the whole thing, tweaked just like, you know, some little wording things. There was one part where I accidentally named one of the characters that I didn't need to actually like have their name in there, so like I fixed little things like that. So that's done. I'm calling that done. I also reread my query letter again a little nervously because I was like, oh no, what if I think it's horrible? I don't have time to fix it. I think it's pretty good. I was happy with it. I didn't change anything. I don't think. No, I didn't change anything. So the two most difficult parts are done. Now I need to get the first 10 pages compiled. Let me compile some pages and see kind of where the first chapter falls in a Microsoft Word doc. Because right now it's just in Scrivener. So let me sit back down and see what's happening with these 10 pages. All right, I have this down to 12 pages, but page 10 I think ends at a pretty good little, like, I don't want to call it a cliffhanger. It's not really like a cliffhanger kind of thing. It's actually the original line that the chapter ended with when I had like a first draft of it, which I liked, but then I decided to add more to introduce another character and kind of do some other development stuff. But I do like that as like a last line, so to speak. And you get all of the main, like, introducing, it's from the hero's point of view, this first chapter. So you get like, you know, what does he want? What is he willing to do to get it? You know, what does he fear? What's standing in his way? What's the conflict? You get like a hint of the you get a hint that like the heroine is going to be introduced pretty soon. I think that's pretty good for leaving it there. So let me just finish with some formatting stuff and then I'm going to be done. I'm going to be done with these submission pieces. Oh, yay. All right. Everything is set. I've reread things. Will I reread them like one more time before I submit the materials tomorrow? Probably. But you can apply to 3 mentors. So I've already got the ones picked out that I want to apply to. And I'll send in my materials tomorrow. I'm really excited. I think this is fun. I feel good, actually. Like, even if I don't get anything out of the contest in terms of, like, you win or something. Like, at least I've got materials. I've got the 2 most difficult parts of the querying process pretty much done. I would definitely, like, before I actually query it, I would want to get them critiqued and stuff. But, like, I've got the pretty good draft of them at least ready to go. So that feels good. This coming week, do you think I should get back to actually revising the project? Yes, that's probably a great choice for me. We'll be here again, or I will be here again, early Monday morning tomorrow to look back and try to figure out where I was. I think I was on chapter 6. I was not very far in. We'll say that. In terms of this writing contest mentorship program thing I'm entering, they announced the winners on October 18th. And apparently they just put it on social media. Like, if you've been selected, you don't get to know ahead of time. Everyone finds out at the same time. So yeah, I'll find out on the 18th whenever they post it. Hopefully in the morning, so I'm not sitting there all afternoon like, when are they going to post it? But yeah. I'm looking forward to it. For now, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, you can click the subscribe button. I usually post videos on Fridays. I did just launch my Patreon last week. You can check that out. There is a free option to join. So check that out. It is in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I will see you next time. Bye.